Have you ever helped your child with homework and thought, hang on, shouldn't they already know this? It can be confusing, even worrying, when your child seems to be missing something they supposedly have already been taught. But here's the truth. It's not that your child isn't trying, it's that tiny gaps in understanding have started to form, and those gaps, if left unfilled, quietly grow. You know, in years 3 to 6, those years that I call the danger zone, gaps don't just grow, they multiply. So what exactly is a maths gap? Well, it's not about forgetting a formula or messing up on one test. You see, a maths gap is a missing piece of understanding, like trying to build a tower but leaving out a brick near the base. At first, the tower still stands, but as you add more levels, the structure gets weaker and the cracks start to show. You know, in maths, gaps usually form when a child moves on before they've really mastered the basics. Maybe lessons are moving too quickly for them, or the increments are too big for them to jump. Maybe they miss class due to illness or sport commitments, or they simply don't get enough exposure and practice to let new concepts really stick. Now, none of these are the child's fault, but the impact is the same. Shaky foundations that make everything built on top unstable. Now, here's where it gets serious. Maths is a sequential and progressive subject, and every new step relies on the one before. So if your child doesn't fully understand, for example, place value, well, multiplication becomes harder. And if multiplication is shaky, well, fractions collapse. And if fractions are weak, algebra becomes a nightmare. So a small gap in year 3, it can turn into a major barrier by year 7. And here's the heartbreaking part. By the time a child reaches high school, it's not just about maths anymore. It's about identity. You see, they say things like, I'm just not a maths person. But what they're really saying is, I've been climbing with holes in my ladder and now I just can't keep up. That's why stopping gaps early is not optional. It's essential. But the good news? Gaps can be stopped if we act early. The key is exposure and reinforcement. You see, children need multiple opportunities to see a concept explained from different angles, to practice it, to explore how it looks in real life and to revisit it regularly so it doesn't fade away. And that's why the My5 program uses phased learning cycles, revisiting all 20 core maths categories every 4 lessons. You see, it's not about racing ahead. It's about circling back, filling cracks before they turn into canyons, and giving every child a chance to strengthen their base before adding more weight on top. So, let me ask you, have you ever spotted a gap in your child's maths understanding? Did it surprise you? On a scale of 1 to 5, how solid would you say their foundations are right now? Do they light up when they solve something new? Or do they freeze the moment it feels unfamiliar? Because those reactions aren't random. They're signals, and they're telling you whether your child's maths journey is secure or slipping. And this is exactly why I created a free parent guide. It's called Did You Know? And it covers 20 important questions every parent needs to consider about maths education. Inside, you'll discover why gaps are so easy to miss in years 3 to 6, and how to recognise the subtle signs before they grow bigger, as well as strategies you can use to keep your child's maths tower strong, steady and unshakable. Because here's the truth, every child deserves to move forward without the weight of hidden gaps holding them back. If you'd like to understand how to spot and stop those gaps early, I'd love for you to download your free copy. The link is right below this video. Grab it today and read it and use it to protect your child's maths journey before little cracks become walls they can't climb.